Lorelai is playing on the floor next to me, so apologies in advance if you can hear her. Hey guys, it's Madison. Thanks for joining me in this faithful home. I feel like I haven't sat down and chatted with you guys in quite a bit. Motherhood has been a whirlwind. It has been amazing, and I am super thankful to be a mom. And that brings me into today's video because I wanted to sit down and talk about the traditional roles of motherhood that I absolutely love from a Christian wife and mother perspective. So welcome to this channel. If you are new, my name is Madison. I talk about being a Christian homemaker. I am a new mother and I love all things DIY. So if any of that interests you, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so you feel welcomed into this faithful home with me. Like I mentioned, you're gonna hear some baby squeals because Lorelai is playing on the floor next to me. Hopefully I can film this whole video in one shot and we won't have to worry about taking breaks, but this is motherhood, so we will just see what happens. All right, so I've narrowed it down to 5 things that I specifically love and do as a mother, as a wife, as a Christian homemaker, and I have them written down on my phone, so let's jump into them. The first, and seemingly most obvious, is tending to the needs of my child. So like I mentioned, Lorelai is 7 months old, and so for the past 7 months, I have taken on the role of mother. I have cared for her every need. I have made sure that she is changed, that she is fed, that she is loved, that she is cared for. I pick her up when she is crying. I lay her down for her naps. On me, let's be honest, she doesn't really nap, but that'll be a whole separate video. But I am that primary caregiver, and I don't want you to think that David does nothing, because that would be far from the truth. He is an incredible dad, and I absolutely love watching him grow and learn how to be a father. Like the other day, I was walking up the stairs and I kind of peeked around the corner when he didn't see me, and he was sitting on the rug back there singing one of Lorelai's little baby books to her, and it was precious. Like it melted my heart. But David works a full-time job because obviously we've got a mortgage to pay and we need to have food and clothing and everything. And so David is the primary source of income for us, and that is what we believe to be true. We see in the Bible where the men go out and work and the women stay home and raise their children. And so that is something that David and I talked about before we got married. All of that is, what will it look like one day? Who will tend to the household? Who will take care of the day-to-day tasks? Who will raise the children? And while we both do that jointly, like I said, the primary focus is put on me because I stay home with her. So I am a stay-at-home mom. I do have a couple side gigs. I clean for my parents once a week for some income, and I have some sewing projects that I sell at craft shows that actually I'm doing my first one coming up. I'm very excited. It probably already happened by the time this video came out, but still very excited and nervous for it. But my primary focus is Lorelai. So when I wake up in the morning, yes, there may be dishes, yes, there may be laundry, and I'll get to that, but rule number 1, priority number 1 is making sure that she is taken care of. And I have dreamt of being a mother for literally as long as I can remember, like 11 years old when I started babysitting, and was like, one day I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. And it's crazy that we're here and that she's literally playing independently by herself next to me, but here next to me. It's incredible. I'm so thankful that the Lord has provided this for us. Some things that are important when it comes to taking care of her is things like she doesn't sleep throughout the night. She is a terrible sleeper. I will be the first to admit it, and David will be right behind me. I'm not saying that in a complaining way. I'm just saying that that's her downside. She sucks at sleeping. She would rather be nestled in and comforted by me or by David, which I get. I'd rather have a nice warm comforter hugging me than literally laying on a hard flat brick. But during the work week, I'm the one that will get up in the middle of the night and check on her. And then most of the times I nurse her back to sleep and I put her back in her crib. Obviously David can't nurse her back to sleep. He could get a bottle, but that I'm not going to pump. That's, yeah, you like the sustenance, the nutrition a lot better from me. But Then on the weekends, when David doesn't have to get up early the next morning, he will help me and he will take one or two of the overnight shifts. But primarily, I'm the one that's getting up. And I do that because I know that that is my role, that is my job as a mother, is to tend to the children, or the child in this case, and I am okay with getting up multiple times in the middle of the night to make sure that, no, you can't have that toy. That one makes a lot of noise, baby. No, thank you. You want your book? But I want to make sure that David is getting a full night's sleep so that he can go do his job during the day. And that's something that's often missed or not talked about nowadays with like new age feminism and women in the workforce. And I'm all for that. If you want to work, go for it. But I really believe this is my job. This is what I'm called to do. And if I'm called to do this as my job and then I'm expecting David to do all the things that's my job, then shouldn't he expect me to go do his job? Just saying. I love getting up in the middle of the night. I actually wrote this on my phone and I wanted to share it with you as an encouragement. I wrote it last weekend when she just was having a really rough night teething. One day you won't sleep on my chest. One day you won't depend on my body for nourishment. One day you won't wake up every hour crying because you miss me. One day I will sleep more than 2 hours at a time. One day you will get older and become more self-sufficient. But that one day isn't today, and I don't want it to be. So tonight I will let you sleep on my chest. Tonight I will nurse you back to sleep because it's comforting. Tonight I will put motherhood. Tonight I will pick you up when you cry in your crib. Tonight I will lean in and cherish these moments. Tonight I will say a prayer thanking God for this beautiful baby girl who is now asleep on my chest. Tonight I will hold you a little closer because these moments won't last. And I hope that's an encouragement to you and a complete tangent of where I was going on this video, but I really felt it on my heart to share that with you guys. I just love being a mother. You want to sit on my lap and read a book? All right, the second traditional role of a mother is tending to the needs of the house. And I know I have talked about this before in Christian Wife Chat episodes, what I think the role of a woman is, and we are just kind of putting this into motherhood's perspective, but I truly believe that part of my role as a wife and as a mother is to tend to this house. So I am making sure that the kitchen is clean and that the laundry is done and that the floors are vacuumed and that the house is generally picked up and tidied. And something that really sticks with me is, even if I can't get it all done, is to do one little thing each day. So I'm really bad about doing one load of laundry each day, even though I should, especially with cloth diapering and having a baby. But doing one little thing throughout the day to accomplish those tasks is very important for me. And I know that David appreciates when he comes home and the home is picked up and tidied. Even if it's just the last 10 minutes before he gets home from work, because he always calls me when he's on his way home. And even if I have done nothing all day, when he calls me in those last 10 or 15 minutes and I look around and I pick up just the little things that are left around the house and it feels nice and welcoming for him to come home, I know that I have completed a huge task for the day. And that doesn't mean I have every load of laundry always done. My kitchen sink is literally full of dishes right now, but it's also 10 o'clock in the morning. So I know that I have a good long bit. David does a really good job of helping me and asking me when I need help and seeing that I may be struggling. You know, we have kind of made a fair trade of, I really don't like doing dirty dishes. I will do them, but it's not my favorite. And he hates emptying the dishwasher. So a lot of the times we will balance it out by him filling the dishes and I will empty them so that he can help and take a stressor off of me. But for the most part, like, I'm making sure that the laundry is done and that his uniforms are washed. And that is part of my job as being a homemaker and a wife and a mother. And I love to do all those things. Hopefully you can't hear her now because she is now currently eating. Apologize if you can hear her. Sorry. The third thing is preparing meals. So David and I both love to cook, and recently I've been trying to get better about meal prepping so that we have things planned in advance for the week. That way we're not spending a lot of money going out. You like going out? You would rather go out? But I am doing the grocery shopping so that we have food to prepare, whether it's him cooking or I'm cooking. But I make sure that we have a stocked fridge, and I keep kind of a check on that. My mom is actually, my mom's coming over in a little bit to go to Trader Joe's and Costco with Lorelai and I. That's kind of our every 2 to 3 week routine and tradition, is we will go together, spend some time together with my mom, and do big shopping. So that is a traditional role that I very much embrace and I love to do. And then David and I make sure that we balance out who's cooking, because some days I'm really tired from taking care of Lorelai, and it takes everything in me just to make it through the day. And he gets home and he sees that and he goes, "Don't cook. Let me cook. What are we having for dinner? I will get it done." And other days, I feel like a rock star and I'm wearing her on my hip and she is playing and enjoying my company, and we are cooking together for Dad when he gets home. So it's a good balance, but primarily I'm making sure that I get those things done, and I enjoy doing that. Another thing that I like to do is organize our calendar. So we have a whiteboard calendar that I implemented a couple months ago, and it sits in our laundry room on the wall, and it is great because I can write down when we have things going on and events, and you guys know how to use a calendar. Look, David and I were terrible about forgetting things because it wouldn't be written down, or it would be like he knows that it's happening but he didn't tell me, or I wanted to do something but I forgot to tell him. Now we have a calendar system and it has worked out gloriously. We write everything down for the month, and there's a couple spots for notes if we have like extra things coming. Sorry, hold on. But that calendar has definitely been helpful to kind of keep track of the month in advance. And the last thing I will briefly mention is submitting to my husband as the leader of this household. So I am a firm believer that wives are called to submit to their husbands, as we see in scripture, that I am trusting him as the leader and the head of this household. He is the one who is supporting us. He is the one who is, at the end of the day, makes the final decision. I'm not saying that in a very like poor me oppressive thing, but like in a awesome way, that like the burden of big decisions doesn't have to fall on me. And usually it's always us coming together and we make decisions, but sometimes there are hard decisions that we have to make. And I'm trusting, as my husband makes these decisions, that he is making it for all of our best interests. And I have seen the Lord grow and strengthen our marriage so much by me trusting and allowing David to lead this household. And it is an incredible honor as his wife to be able to do so. I have made a video here on this channel before about being a submissive wife, and if you want to check that out, I will leave it down in the description box below for you guys. I go more into detail on why I think that is so important and how I practically do that in our daily lives. Are you done eating? Can you say hello? I think I should wrap this video up here because little miss is now done eating and she is going to want to play and want some more of my attention. So thank you guys so much for listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave my Christian Wife Chat playlist down below so you can watch other encouraging videos that I have here on this channel. I, like I said, am a mother to this beautiful girl, Lorelai, and we are super thankful and blessed to have her. And I am so incredibly lucky to be a mother, and it is just, she means the world to me. David has been an amazing father to her, and I love watching our little family grow. So if you guys want to see more videos about motherhood, Christian homemaking, or DIY projects, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you feel welcomed into this faithful home with me. Lorelai, do you want to say bye to everybody? No? You said, I want my toys. Hey. There's your smile. All right, guys, I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.